But not because he was drunk.
I know, when I said he was drunk, because he drank wine. You don't have to be drunk. You have to be drunk to. When you drink wine, don't
so
mean
his eyes was red because he's been drinking wine.
Yeah,
that's what you say. That's blasphemy.
That's what the scriptures say. That's what the scriptures say.
Show me part you're reading. There, did John say that?
All right, let's read. Did the Lord drink wine?
Yeah, of course. His first miracle.
So what's the problem?
The fact that there you're looking at for the glorified revelation of God, the kingdom that you said we are going to be in, right? And you're saying that the Lord there, his eyes was red, then you put your own interpretation, which was not there. Right? Okay, read it, without your interpretation.
Let's start again. Revelations 1:13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Okay, read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So
what color is brass?
Yeah.
What color is brass?
Brass, you know brass color? Brass
is brown.
Brown.
Yeah, so what color was his feet?
Well, read it there.
Remember, a lot of that is like being mistranslated.
No, there's nothing been mistranslated, man. So it says, and his feet like unto fine brass.
Fine brass, yeah. You know what fine brass is? You can polish brass.
Yeah, like a woman.
Yeah.
There it's been mistranslated.
Yeah.
Like a female.
Yeah.
So it said this, and his feet like unto fine brass. That didn't mean his feet was fine brass. It was like in color to fine brass.
Yeah.
So he was what, a black man?
Again, figuratively, right? You know.
No, that's not figuratively. He actually saw the Lord, man.
He visited.
So he saw him with a garment down to the foot.
You know what? When it comes to like a dream, right? The only way the Lord speaks to us, like when Christ was on earth, right? He uses parables and illustration to demonstrate things which you can relate to and I can relate to, right? He uses farming, agriculture, because those are the things people there can identify with when he makes his parable. If Christ comes to the world today, he will use elements like computer, plane, aeroplane, right, to make parable, so we can easily identify with that. He won't use agriculture anymore because we don't know what agriculture is. We hardly deal with farming anymore. Our children doesn't know any type of farming except you are from Ireland or from Wales, where you know those are. So he's going to use what our children, our generation are familiar with, and what is computer, internet, mobile phone, and etc.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is this, right? When we spoke there about the brass, the eye, the hair, it's so that we can identify, have an imagery, right, of what, you know, we can then, so when he spoke, we can understand, so well, he has hair as white as wool, pure white.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say that when you then interpolate, put his eyes was red, and then you put the word like,
they said it's fire. Yeah. So explain that to me.
Yeah, according to that, he said his eye was red like fire, right? And then he went down to describe his leg. But then you then try to tell me or people around you that the reason his eye was red as someone who has drunk alcohol.
So why is his eyes red? We just proved in Proverbs, man.
Said that, you know,
let's prove it. Yeah. And this is Solomon's a wise man, right?
Right.
We're gonna go by Solomon.
From illegal, from mental disobedience.
Proverbs 23:29. Who has woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine. So why does a person's eyes go red?
You tell me that Jesus Christ in his glory He started off in wine. This is why his eye was red.
So you mean to tell me that a man can't drink wine? A man in glory can't drink wine?
We're not talking about ordinary man.
Huh?
We're not talking about ordinary man.
So when did the Lord drink wine?
We're not in his glory. No. In his glory, he does not drink wine.
What scripture says that?
Well, you show me where the scripture
that says, "Thou shalt not drink wine in thy glory."
Right.
You know what?
There's no scripture that says that.
In the glory of God, does God drink wine? God Almighty.
He's a spirit.
Yeah, exactly. And that description there
was a vision of something that is to come.
Yeah, and it is a vision of Christ in spirit. Paul,
the Lord is going to return again in physical form.
But we're not talking about return again. Yeah, we're talking about what is written there then, as Paul saw it. I mean, as John saw it. Right. The Lord in his glory has nothing to do with alcohol. His eyes being red had nothing to do with alcohol.
Why was it red?
It's not there. It's not there. I can only accept if he's there.
So why was his eyes red?
As red as fire. If you read,
did he get no sleep? He wasn't sleeping in the spirit world. So why was his eyes red? So that means he had a bed. That means he has a bed. That means it was a pillow. That means it was a duvet cover.
His clothes was red.
So he had clothes.
Blood.
He had clothes.
Yeah, his clothes were red in blood, and then
so wait a minute. That means there's a clothing company in the spirit world.
Yeah,
that's how we got those clothes. But where did he get the clothes from?
It is for us to imagine, to relate to us, so we can understand.
Can I say something real quick?
Where did he get the gold from? You remember when he said the golden girdle? Yeah. Where did he get? Is there gold mines in the spirit world, man?
Signal of authority. The clothes, the garment, the key. I'll give you the key of the kingdom. Is it a little key or a spiritual key?
No, you know,
my man.
You're looking too deep into it, man.
Well, we have to.
But I know what you're doing. I'm trying to tell you that we've read from Solomon. Solomon said it himself. If a man has redness of eyes, it's because he's been remaining long at the wine. He's been on the bottle.
Yes, a man like me, but unlike you. We could go to the nightclub now, get flushed up, come out, our eyes red. But we are mortals. You and me are mortal.
That's true. That's true.
But God, Christ cannot come when I go to a nightclub and get flushed out.
But my man.
So wait a minute. So how did he have clothes, man? Where did he get the clothes from? There must be wait a minute. Is there suffrages in the spirit world? No. What about JD Sports? Is there JD Sports in the spirit world? Is the Lord coming back with trainers?
No, in resurrection, they neither marry nor be given to marry. You shall be angels. Does angel wear clothes or not? Do they have to, or do they choose to when they are coming to you on me? When they are going to
they can appear how they want to appear.
Exactly.
So why can't the Lord do the same?
The Lord cannot come out
why do people saying he cannot? Like there's certain things he can't do.
He's the Lord.
He can do what he wants to do.
The description
he can come how he wants to come. But you keep on trying to say that there's certain things that the Lord can't.
No, I'm not saying that.
He can do whatever he wants.
Exactly. But no, you see, I believe when
he can come with the redness of eyes, man.
Yeah, but he's already come. But you put your word in there by saying
we
that.
We told you why a man's eyes is red. You put the scriptures together.
No.